So that title might feel a little bit like clickbait. I get it. But the honest truth is, if I hadn't started posting here on YouTube, I would not be where I am today. Over the past year, I have had so many opportunities come my way. A great bunch of creative people have found me and made me part of their community, and it finally feels like I'm doing something worthwhile with my life. It has been a really long journey to get here. I posted my first ever YouTube video on August 2nd, 2015, the day before my 16th birthday. And it was nothing special. In fact, it was a pretty bad short film. But a decade later, I hit that magical number of 1,000 subscribers. And that moment when I crossed that threshold, that's when everything really started to change. Now, this isn't to flex or brag or anything like that. I'm still very much in the process of trying to figure out how to make it here on YouTube. But I still wanted to share this part of the journey and how this platform has, well, to be quite cliche, changed my life. So there is kind of three things that have really changed in my life over the last year. But before I get into those reflections, there's one other mission I have for today. Now, for a little bit of context, this is Noah, a fellow creator who lives all the way across Australia in Perth, which is actually pretty far away. Like many of my creative friends, I found him through YouTube. He only recently started making films, but oh man, just the energy and vibes this guy brings to them, you can't help but have a good time. So when I found out he was finally coming to Sydney for the first time, well, today, I'm going to be showing Noah some of my favourite spots in Sydney, and we're also going to hit a few iconic things, because you can't come to Sydney and not see all the places that get destroyed in movies. So let's go. I've always wanted to work as a creative, either for myself or for other creators, but not for just some random big brand. And about 2 months ago, I actually managed to achieve that dream. I landed 2 retainers with 2 really big creators overseas. Now, I probably should give some credit to all the other professional work I have done over a number of years to getting me to this point. But the matter of the fact is, I landed the bigger of these 2 jobs because of the content I was posting on YouTube. I was actually sitting there in the interview, and the guy who hired me basically said there was 2 candidates, and he picked me over the other one, even though I was less qualified, because of what I was putting on YouTube at the time. I don't think it always matters how many views your content gets, but rather that the right people actually see it. For me, all it took was that one creator seeing my videos to propel me into a full-time freelance career. And that's the first way YouTube has changed my life, because I'm out here finally achieving my dreams.
Slow cam?
Yeah, slow cam.
7.5.
I don't know what I was directing, but I was directing something. Something was about to happen. I might have lived here for a bunch of years, but I still get lost in Botanical Gardens because there's just 50 ways to get everywhere. But it's a nice walk, so who cares? That's cool. We've been walking through the Botanical Gardens. Super lovely day. Noah's out here just getting that shot, making an ASMR vlog apparently. Except it's not going to be ASMR because it's a guy mowing the lawn. And we're heading to the Art Gallery of New South Wales, somewhere I have not been actually. So we're going to experience this together for the first time. Yeah, say less. It's pretty nice day. I'm surprised. If you had talked to me a year ago, I would honestly be such a different person from who I am today. I felt so much like I had to show up both in my content and in real life in a certain way and be a certain person that would fit in with, I guess, the rest of society. But when you kind of show up consistently, make a lot of videos and tell stories about your life, you can't help but have this platform change who you are to be, well, more yourself. I really feel that if you want to create stuff from your heart, you have to show up authentically in your videos. You can't pretend to be someone you're not, because it just doesn't work. I tried to do that and oh man, it was an absolute misstep. But each one of these videos that I have uploaded has slowly gotten me closer to that point. It's kind of almost like I'm a tortoise slowly coming out of my shell. Each upload building the confidence to be just myself. I am fairly confident if I didn't have this pressure of posting on YouTube, I probably wouldn't have gone through all these changes on my own account. Because that pressure that I guess put on myself to some extent, but the pressure to show up as myself has changed me so much. And yeah, sure, it is very much still a work in progress, but man, I'm really happy with how far I've made it in a year. Just imagine like in next year, like at this same time, how much further I will have come. I am so keen to get to that point because yeah, it's been amazing so far. Gallery time! Getting to show someone around your home that you've lived in for years and see it through their fresh eyes is something really special. You experience everything in a new light, and finally you actually get around to doing things that you put to the side for way too long. For me, the Art Gallery of New South Wales was one of those things. I love galleries. I visited basically every other one in Sydney, but I never got around to this one. I'm not quite sure why that is, but I'm so glad that I did attend it this day. I think sometimes we take for granted the places that we live in. Every friend that I've had that has visited Sydney always tells me how lovely it is, and I just don't always see it. But maybe I can find new ways to experience this city and fall in love with it again. Now, I've been a little bit sneaky with this video because you may have thought this was just two separate ideas that I kind of tried to mush together into the one video in the hopes that it would work. But this whole vlog of hanging out with a friend, that's actually the third way YouTube has changed my life, and maybe the best way, because it's that community of friends that have, well, found me. And getting to meet Noah on this day was just the latest part of that story. The internet, or well, creating on the internet, is kind of a weird thing. You put your work out there not knowing if anyone will really care, but then somehow at some point the right people do actually find you. Through this platform, I've been able to meet some of the most incredible, amazing, creative, like-minded people that I think I could ever find in life. And now they are all my friends, which I don't know if I can ever express how sick that is. They're people who get the struggle of this journey, who understand that drive to just create stuff, who hype me up when I feel stuck and inspire me to always keep going. Without them, I know I wouldn't still be doing this. Being creative online is really hard, and it can also just be so lonely. But knowing I have this community of people behind me makes all the difference. I'm not just here to make videos. I'm here to share this journey with my friends and all the rest of you on the other side of this screen. So for all those of you who are part of this community, whether I've met you in person or we've just interacted online, thank you. You're the ones who make this worth doing. That's all for now though, so I'll see you in the next one.